Well, good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie here. It's so good to see all of you, and I hope you are ready to watch the solar eclipse. If it is clear in your area of the country and you're in the area of totality, excellent. I think this is an exciting thing that all of us have an opportunity to see. Please use caution. Make sure you don't look directly into the sun and potentially damage your eyes. And enjoy the experience. It's a reason to get out and about and maybe take a little walk after the 4 minutes of the solar eclipse has cycled through. Uh, be that as it may, if that isn't in your wheelhouse of experiences for today, let's talk about some other things. Uh, I was thinking this morning when I got up because it's a little cloudy here today and we're not exactly in the path of the eclipse that I probably wouldn't be able to see it, but at least I could go outside and experience the darkening of the sky at that time of the day. That will still be something that I can see even if it's cloudy. There's always an opportunity if you keep your mind open to experience new things. And I talked to a friend a little bit before I came online, and she was sort of frustrated today. And that happens, I think, to all of us. And she was in sort of a negative state of mind. And she, said she tried everything and nothing was working. And as we talked, several cliches that I think all of us say from time to time popped into the conversation. The first one was, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. And that's pretty much true, isn't it? If you're not making the progress that you're wanting to see and you're still doing the same things, chances are you're really not going to be able to identify progress if it's not working. And then, as we were talking and making suggestions about what we might be able to do different, she said to me, "Can't teach an old dog new tricks." And I said, "Yeah, you can. You know, if you had to move, your dog would learn a whole new set of skills and stuff. The dog would adapt. It would find a way of moving around a new environment and giving you signals and communicating with you. The dog would learn new things. So that's not fair to say." And then she said, "Well, I've been there and I've got the t-shirt." And I said, "Well, I got a lot of t-shirts that I've worn more than once, just like you, because sometimes a little resistant to learning. But let me share two with you, and just see where we are in things. Uh, Albert Einstein, who, as most of us know, was quite a famous scientist, uh, and is known best for EMC square. And I'll give you that to look up on Google and see what it means because it is significant in so many ways. One of the things he said was insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And I think most of us would agree with that. Little kids, as they're learning different skills as they grow up, uh, don't keep making the same mistakes. They learn as they go and their skill set advances. And they don't just keep insisting, well, I'm going to keep doing this way and the earth will move for me and what I want will happen. No, kids adapt, they learn, they move forward. And then the other one that I'd like to share with you is someone you may not be as familiar with, called whose name is Vern McClellan. And this is really important because it has to do again with state of mind. And we just concluded a whole discussion the last few weeks on keeping a positive state of mind. And what this quote says, "What each day brings to you will depend a great deal on what you bring to the day." Hmm, food for thought, right? And I think if we're all fair, we would admit that every single one of us has basic needs, wants, and wishes, right? Um, Needs are probably of the three the most basic. If you think in terms of services that FEMA provides for people during emergencies, uh, these are the basic needs that people need: water, shelter, food, and health care. Those are basic needs that all of us really need. The year I was born, there was a psychologist who proposed a hierarchy of 5 needs common to all people around the world. And in this hierarchy were those basic needs we just mentioned, the physical survival needs like air, water, food, sanitation. And then there were the safety needs like clothing, heat, light, and shelter. Then there were needs to be loved, to belong, uh, to feel wanted. Then there were esteem needs, to feel good about yourself, to feel that you were a worthwhile person contributing to the world. And then there were a level of needs called self-actualization. And to this psychologist, whose name was Abraham Maslow, uh, this was the highest form of needs that people generally felt. And he said that most people don't ever get to self-actualizing because they are busy filling these other needs. And he did not believe that you could move forward to the next set of needs until you had satisfied the level you were currently at. Like before you could move on to building a shelter to keep you safe and clothing and heat and things like that, you had to make sure that you had the basic survival needs: air, water, food, and sanitation. And then after you had those two, then you can move on to be loving and being loved, belonging, giving other people a sense of belonging, feeling good about yourself, feeling valued by your peers, and then to actually the last stage, which was to him, living your best life. And that last stage is what Maslow believed was what we did when we desired to reach our full potential. And the challenge is to be in this frame of mind where you can devote time and energy to that. And that's where I think we get into this discussion about needs, wants, and wishes that is so important as we're trying to make plans. Wishes are the ways you think about your life if it ever got to be perfect. If I had the perfect life and I could just design it the way I wanted it to be ideally, this is what I wish I would see. What would you like to be able to do? Maybe you would wish for uh, good health forever. Maybe you would wish for a home in a warmer climate in the winter time, or in a cooler climate in the summertime, in another location. Maybe you want to travel more. Uh, all of us have nice sort of fantasy wishes. Maybe you wish you won the lottery. Somebody did. Whatever your wishes are, you really need to be honest with yourself about them. And maybe take the time to specifically identify and write them down, because wishes usually don't have any action plan. There's the old joke, oh, you say you want to win the lottery. Well, buy a ticket. You have to go through certain steps in order to turn wishes into realities, or even have a chance to turn a wish into a reality. Uh, so it would be good, I think, to explore our interests, to find what direction we really want our life to move forward in. If you want to start fresh, it tends to be very helpful if you have a sense of purpose. And with that in mind, uh, maybe you could turn wishes into wants. Uh, Things that you might want to be able at some time to achieve after the basic needs that need to be met are taken care of. Maybe you'd like to find a little bit better job, or take a vacation, or buy a car. Uh, it doesn't have to be brand new, but it could be new to you, uh, or move into a different neighborhood. Uh, a lot of people love to debate the difference between needs and wants, most often using "it depends" as the argument. Most likely, the wants are how you are living right now. This is how you want to live without getting caught up in the financial aspects of significant changes. Uh, you're spending without really much regard. Maybe you're carrying balances on credit cards. Maybe these things are actually getting in the way of meeting your basic needs, or even uh, achieving some wants that you most have. I know one of the things that I think about often is, how much time do I focus on the the things I need to ensure my good health, that I'm eating enough of the right foods and getting a proper amount of activity to keep me strong, and to keeping me active and able to be mobile in my life, and to do the things I need to do. Um, that takes up a lot of our time sometimes, and we forget about the other things that bring joy to our life. Life isn't just about meeting those needs, even when we're trying to watch our weight, and to get a grip on the ramifications involved in that process. You need to always have time to enjoy the life that you're living as fully as you can, and incorporating some of the wants that enrich your life in this process. Taking time to take a break, to go out, to enjoy, to meet with friends, to laugh, to love. All these things incorporate into a fully rounded day, so that you're not only meeting basic needs, but you're also fulfilling wishes that have been translated into action steps for things that you want to be able to enjoy and experience as well. Uh, it's hard sometimes to calculate these, but if you write them down and decide which are the priority items, and how you're going to find time in each and every day to take advantage of working toward fulfilling these things, your life can just be so amazingly rich and fulfilling. The bad news here is that time flies. And once a moment's gone, you can't recapture it. So you need to take full advantage of each tick of the clock and each moment you have every single day, in order to live your very best life each and every day. Yeah, that's the bad news, that time flies. But here's the good news. Guess who the pilot is? Yes, you're the pilot of fulfilling your needs, your wants, and your wishes. So rev up that engine, fasten your safety belt, and let's soar like the eagles. Have a great day, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.